happening.
And guys, keep in mind these are hot takes, and some of these there's no this is a safe place. So do I believe in these? Probably not. But do I think that they're they're
lame?
Do I think?
Don't throw them out if you don't believe in them, Chris.
Exactly.
But do I think that there's a level of truth to each of these? Sure. So there's it. Just trust the process, chat. There's going to be some crazy things said here.
That's what the 76ers said, and it didn't work.
So, for instance, let's just start out here off the top. Hot take. Brock Purdy's going to get benched, and Sam Darnold will take the 49ers to the NFC Championship game and win it all.
Wait, win it? What do you mean win it all?
Win the NFC. Win the NFC.
And then takes him to the Super Bowl.
We're just going to go crazy. We're just going to come out firing. Brock Purdy's going to get benched. Sam Darnold's going to take him to this promised land.
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit, Chris.
I told you we're getting crazy with it.
Keep close actually has a worse hot take than you, Chris. Brock Purdy is winning MVP.
No. I mean, what? Sam Darnold is Sam Darnold is best at what Trey Lance was not good at last. Darnold is more decisive when it comes to things. He went from being in the worst mentorship to probably one of the best with a coach that's going to help you succeed. He was a top 3 pick at one point, so he's got talent. We hope he does. And Darnold's a year. By the way, Rec, Darnold is only 1 year older than your boy Kenny Pickett. You know that?
Yep.
He's only that just tells you about Pickett. But yeah, just hot take, screaming hot. Just Sam Darnold's going to take this team down the stretch to the promised land here.
To the Super Bowl.
Not winning the Super Bowl.
Sam Darnold versus Kenny Pickett in the Super Bowl. That sounds good to me.
That's actually more egregious on the other side of things there. I mean, I don't even know how to follow that wildness up, Chris. I'm not good at these hot takes because your hot takes are so... How do I say hot?
Scotty, you make hot takes every week, but when we need you to make one, you can't. Come on.
I freeze up a little.
We need you. We need you to have some fun with some crazy things.
This isn't. I don't even think this is that crazy, but I think this could happen. But maybe because of how you view it, it'll be a little crazy. And I hope Milwaukee's here. Is Milwaukee here?
He's for sure here.
Was you in the chat?
It was earlier.
I know he was earlier, but I haven't heard him in the chat in a while. Your Green Bay Packers will win more games under Jordan Love this year than they did under Aaron Rodgers last year. They went 8-9 last year with Rodgers. They will win more games. They will at least win 9 games with Jordan Love this year, equating to Jordan Love clearly being a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers.
It almost sounds like an actual academic theory.
Casually, thank you for the bits. Thank you for the bits.
It's an awful theory, by the way. That theory cannot be proven ever.
All right. So, I mean, so Jordan Love.
I mean, I don't think mine's as hot, but Jordan Love's going to win more games this year than Aaron Rodgers did as a Packer last year.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta think,
and I'll add to it. Jordan Love will win more games this season than Aaron Rodgers does.
Ooh, there we go.
Ooh,
I like it. I like these hot takes. They're a little combination of both, Chairman. They're a little combination of both. Again, these aren't to be taken seriously, but we're having fun with some hot takes that might get your brain pumping a little bit. Might break your brain a little bit, but we're having fun talking about them. That's interesting. I would love to see that, by the way. I would love to see Jordan Love.
Let's go.
Milwaukee's is he's still talking about a guy that
the big red dog. No one knows or cares who that is.
I
don't know why do people love gingers so much? Help me out, guys.
I don't.
Sorry, Cooper, the big red dog, Clifford.
Sorry to anybody with red hair in the chat. We love gingers in the chat though.
I don't have a problem with gingers. I just like let's not build them up to what they're not.
When it comes to
right.
quarterbacks,
What they are is hotheads. They don't make good quarterbacks because in general, gingers are hotheads. All right, guys. I'm
That's
just
right.
saying it.
That's right. It's true.
I mean, you're kind of a high too, but you're not a ginger.
Well,
Ginger is
but I
good
can
for
be cool
inflammation.
as a cucumber when I need to be.
Dr. J is taking care of us for the inflammation. Gingers are fucking hot. Hometown. See, there you go.
And who,
But I
who
will
would know. Who
hometown.
would know better than a hooker?
Hometown.
You know?
Let's just
I
say
like you did say hometown. I'm gonna call he or she hooker. I don't know. I guess I don't know if it's a male or a female.
hometown. It's a trap. I'm telling you, it's a trap. All right, let's get some more hot takes rolling.
It's a female. It's a female hooker. By the way.
Oh,
Fingers, sight of the
All right.
face.
there it is.
All right, Chris is already looking up where your hometown is. No, I'm just kidding. That's not fair. Chris being wrecked.
Yeah, there he is. There he is.
Hey.
We have a couple Chris's in here.
Yeah. She crochets now.
She's- y'all-
She crochets. It's gonna be
golfers are high
gonna be
ginger.
gonna be a fun night. Gonna be a fun night.
Adolpher Bush is her hot ginger. See, there you go.
Adolpher Bush, I tried to get into fantasy, and this is fantasy football, to be clear. He didn't respond to me I tried to DM in the Discord. No response.
Oh, it's a little late. Danny.
Cuban, he wants in. He didn't tell me that. I messaged him twice, and he didn't say anything. So now it's too late. It's too late.
Next, get him on the other contests. All right, next hot take. This one's touchdown. Wait, touchdown?
All right.
45-17, Chris.
Sheesh.
Wow.
Bullying LSU.
Just cashing in here.
Is Florida State back for the first time since famous Jameis?
By the way, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception for Travis. 342 yards on 23 of 31 passing.
Here's a hot take that the Titans get the 3rd overall pick.
Titans get the...
I mean, what's hot about it is you like specifically chose one slot.
Yeah.
That's hard to hit on.
Which they're gonna be really bad, but they still won't be the worst in the division.
Well, they'll probably be the worst in their division if they have the number 3 pick.
Because there's going to be...
Indy's getting number 1.
There's going to be some...
One.
Okay. All right. There's going to be some...
I mean,
there's a lot of tanking going on.
It's hard to have 2 teams from the same division with top 3 picks.
yeah, it's hard, but I mean, last year we had 2 AFC South teams with top 4 picks. Although technically 3 since the Texans traded back in.
But now the AFC South plays the NFC South. Like there's every game's winnable almost when those divisions are battling it out. All right, Chris, what's your next hot take?
I have a couple about your boys. One of which, you ready for this one, Scotty?
Careful! Don't poke the bear.
This might be too hot. I don't even know if this might be so hot of a take. I think Kadarius Toney is going to be healthy all season long. I think Kadarius Toney.
I took him in chairman's fantasy draft today.
That's the hottest take I got. Kadarius Toney's going to stay healthy all season long. Got it. You named it right here. You heard it.
So the anti-Tim Patrick.
Exactly.
Perfect. Or Jerry Jeudy or any Bronco wide receiver.
Yeah. and they cut their one.
Andy said Kadarius is ready to go week 1. So
That's what I'm saying.
And he's wide receiver 1. Chris, I got him in like the 13th round. He's wide receiver 1 in KC when healthy.
Oh, he's dynamic.
He's wide receiver 1. Like he's not option 1. Obviously, Kelsey's 1, but then he's 2. Help me out why no one wants to take the second best option in Kansas City until the 13th round when they're taking Mahomes as the first quarterback overall in fantasy.
Yeah.
Like,
No, dude.
make it make sense.
But yeah, it's exactly that thing though. It's like you can't say, man, if he's gonna have a great season, and then you don't have anything to follow that up with if he's healthy. If you don't have to say those 3 words following it, then you're golden. You just with his name, it's always followed by those 3 words. If he's healthy, like you just never know. But that's my hot take. By the way, Dr. J, here's a hot take. Broncos are going to be worse than the Raiders. Now, that's not necessarily like a hot take because I've seen a lot of people pick the Broncos to be last. But I mean, it's I think people are saying the Raiders are going to be absolutely the bottom of the barrel.
The Raiders, it's going to be hard with that head coach.
So,
Yeah.
but so that
With a decent head coach, I could see it.
yeah. I mean the
They
Broncos.
kept Bisaccia.
Yeah. Just keep your interim guy, who I can never say his name. But Rec did.
Bisaccia.
or something.
Versace. All right. So guys, if you have hot takes, throw them in the chat. We'd like to hear yours as well.
Canada relief. Pacheco over Tony. Pacheco, I would not draft in fantasy. I think if everyone else is healthy, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is still going to get some run. McKinnon's going to get a run. I don't think any of the running backs in KC are a good option. I'll do an individual player one, Chris. For the first time ever in NFL history, we will have a player at the wide receiver position eclipse 2,000 yards in a season.
Ooh.
And
Is
it's
it
going to be
Jefferson?
No, it's going to be Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek.
Oh.
Tyreek
Okay.
Hill is going to
Ooh.
lead the league in receiving yards and break the record now held by Calvin Johnson, I think, which he was like 30 yards short or something of 2,000. But for the first time ever, we're going to have 2,000 yards receiving, and it's going to come in the form of Tyreek. Last year, I believe Tyreek averaged, when Tua was healthy and playing, Tyreek had like 110 yards a game, which over the course of a season, I think equates to, I had it up earlier. Let me see if I can find it. That's like 1,867 yards. So he was right on that pace last year in his first season with Tua. Now you get another year under your belt. Obviously, Tua is going to need to stay healthy, which is a big question mark. But give me Tyreek Hill breaking the record for most receiving yards in a football season
Ooh, yeah, man. And so
Nice.
if that's the case, then I would love to get on that Tua bandwagon for fantasy football, right? Because that would be if he's going to have the year that he's going to have. That means Tua is going to blow up. That means he's going to stay healthy. That means the Dolphins might have a better chance of maybe doing some things in the regular season. I mean,
I had the Dolphins having a pretty good regular season, Chris. We'll see later.
Yeah.
But
we're going to get to our picks.
Weirdly,
I think
might agree with Rec on this one, which
I think
Gagging.
'cause I don't think the Bills win a playoff game this year. They go down the wild card round.
Okay. That's your hot take?
Yep.
Okay.
I have a hot take with the Bills as well, which is the Bills are battling to make the playoffs. Battling.
Ooh.
So wild.
Battling with the
don't-
Steelers?
There's several teams involved.
So you're saying if
And
they're battling, that means they're wild card team.
It's coming down to the last week of the season for the Buffalo Bills to make the playoffs this year.
Were they playing week 17 this year?
What's that? Well, I think they're playing week 18, right?
I mean 18. Let's see here. Bills schedule. Just want to see who they play week 18 to see.
Someone in the AFC East. I don't know.
Obviously.
Thank you.
Dr. J.
Let's see. Dolphins. They're screwed.
Ooh.
Unless the Dolphins have nothing to play for,
Maybe.
but then you might have a setup of, well, never mind. I'll preview that later.
Canada
All right.
relief. Who do you have like week 1? Jets or Bills? You'll have to tune in Wednesday because we're going to be talking about all of our previews of week 1. And we're going to tell you who we like. We're going to tell you our best bets. We're going to tell you all those things. So yeah, you're not going to want to miss Wednesday's show. ChatGPT came up with the hot take: Lamar Jackson will throw for 4,000 passing yards this season. Oh, 4,000.
I mean, I know they want to open up the offense a little and be a little more throwing centric. What's his MVP year? What did he throw for? Let me look at that. I mean, he's never thrown for 4,000. That's for sure.
I'll take the under, but I think ChatGPT's getting in on the crazy spicy takes.
Spicy.
I like it.
Career high is 3127. That was the MVP year. 3,100 yards. That's a steep climb. But
but is that fully guaranteed?
Hey, it's a hot take.
It's yeah. All right, let's keep it rolling. I don't know where to go with this next one because it's like I have a Broncos related one.
There goes viewership.
Here,
go ahead, Chris. Go ahead. Shoot your shot with your Broncos.
Russ, them to have the over.
This is like again. I like to go off the deep end here. I like to go off the deep end. If I'm going to go all in on a take that I don't believe, but I kind of believe, I'm gonna dive into the deep end. I'm not gonna half-ass it, guys. I'm not gonna cheat you. This is going into a team thing. Russell Wilson might be a top 5 fantasy running or quarterback this season, and
And there goes Scotty.
fantasy quarterback this season. Yes. Here we go.
I need a moment.
I've accomplished my goal of getting Scotty out of the stream.
I'll get some better takes.
Gosh, if this is all it takes to get rid of Scotty, man, maybe I should do this more often.
We should also keep talking about how Super Cooper's the greatest. I'll keep him out. Super Cooper, Russell Wilson, and Kenny Pickett.
I hope you
just talk about those three nonstop.
I hope you guys are enjoying these. Like, I hope you guys are laughing on your end of like these crazy takes because that's what we're here to entertain you. No, so I mean, what? Russ is in better shape. He lost some weight, right? 20 pounds down. Russ, he's gonna. I'm from a little explanation standpoint. Russ is gonna scramble more, right? He's gonna be moving on. Like, think about this. Before Russ decided to be like a pocket quarterback in this league, before he wanted to be Drew Brees and like that style of a quarterback, which he's not, like he was doing some good things. He was scrambling on the run. In 2020, he passed for 4,000 yards and rushed for 513 yards. If he would have done that last year, he would have been a quarterback 4 in fantasy football. And that was just 3 years ago. So, I mean, think about that though, right? So he's going to have a coach here that's going to get the most out of him. It's going to try to make him. I mean, we already saw in the preseason him kind of running around, scrambling a little bit, having some success. He throws better on the run, and he can get those extra yards when it comes to using his legs, which I don't think we've seen him be a threat at any point last season, doing that very often, very frequently. So it's like, I mean, what's to say that this quarterback, i.e. Russell Wilson, couldn't, sneak into a fantasy relevant position this season? I don't know. I think it's possible. Am I drafting him high? Am I going to be taking him with like my top quarterback slot? No, I'm not. But I'm just saying. There's something that could be of relevancy for Russ. That being said, the Broncos.
Headphones broken.
That being said, that leads into like the team hot take of Broncos are either going to go 12-5 or Russ is going to be benched by week 6. It's nothing in between. Like, pick your poison there. Scott, did you hear my stat? Did you
Do
hear?
we still have people watching, or
Scott,
did they
We
leave?
actually got more people watching. We got more viewers during that whole thing.
Oh my goodness. The whole Skip Bayless hot take stuff or ridiculous takes is true. You just have to say ridiculous things and people are like, I'll watch now.
Yeah, exactly.
What was your stat, Chris? Tell me what god awful stat you pulled up to make yourself believe that Russell Wilson could be a top 5 fantasy quarterback in the NFL.
No, in top five fantasy quarterback.
That's what I said.
No, you said top 5 in the NFL, just in general.
No, I said top
fantasy.
5 fantasy quarterback in the NFL.
He said fantasy. You're deaf.
Maybe I am. I mean, no, I was saying in 2020, this was just, again. Am I taking
Pre-COVID or something? Yeah, I don't even know.
Am I taking Russ with my top quarterback pick? No, by far. These are hot takes. 2020, he passed for 4,000 yards and rushed for 513 yards. Mm-hmm. If he would have done that last year, he would have been quarterback 4 in fantasy football.
So
there's no fucking hold on.
Fantasy wise,
no solved.
No, I'm checking even the numbers you threw out because I don't actually believe them.
I mean, if the podcast I listen to is maybe the podcast I listen to is off base.
Oh, your podcast might have been full of shit.
I don't think so.
So it's not even your hot take; it's someone else's hot take.
No, they were throwing stats for fantasy, and they were talking about like the sleeper picks. They were talking about sleeper picks, and they were pulling up stats, and they were pulling up, hey, Russell Wilson could be a sleeper pick, and so I just took it to another level and said he's going to be a top 5 fantasy. So I just added that much.
He's undraftable in fantasy.
I don't think. No. Well,
he's
think about
undraftable.
No, he's not undraftable. That's false.
He's undraftable.
If you were pairing him as a second option, given the fact that he's going to be using his legs more and he's not going to be Drew Brees.
He's not going to be using his legs more.
He did in the preseason. What did he do this preseason?
Oh, he did in the preseason in his 8 snaps.
So they're running him around in preseason for nothing? What they're just
he doesn't know where to throw the ball, so he ran a little against a vanilla defense.
So
the dude's not going to run for more than 200 yards this year.
Dude, it's like why would you
slow. I don't even care that he lost weight. He's still slow.
He's not the most. He's getting up in age.
He's going to have more yards lost being sacked than he has gained running the football this year.
But like I said, Broncos are either going to go 12-5 or he's going to be benched by week 6.
I don't actually agree with that take either.
No?
I know it's a hot take, so it's fine. Well, they're not going 12-5, and I don't think Peyton's the type that's gonna.
Oh, I think
gonna bench Russ after like 5 weeks.
I think
maybe if they're out of it, but bench him for what? To see what Jarrett Stidham has? Like, there's no reason to bench him.
Jarrett Stidham is terrible.
If you had a young, like, viable option that you just want to see, like, all right, let's see what they got, that would make somewhat sense. But you don't have anyone behind him. You have Stidham, who's like, Stidham's like an okay backup, but he's not someone you're trying to figure out if he could be a starter in the league long term.
He had one good game against the Niners last year, and people think he's actually useful.
Yeah, well, against the Chiefs the following week, he got shat on.
ChatGPT also said Wilson will be benched by week 7. So ChatGPT is undefeated, and it'll happen.
I think we've found out that ChatGPT is almost extinct at this point. Actually,
all right, let's keep
very, very defeated.
Keep it rolling.
More hot.
Geno Smith is a fluke. Geno Smith is a fluke. He does not do good this year, and the Niners win by default.
That division.
Niners have no challengers for the division. Even if Brock Purdy plays the whole year, they have no challengers for the division.
Yeah, I mean, if Seattle's bad, that division is awful.
Yeah.
Obviously, Arizona's awful.
They're talking about starting Clayton Tune.
Well, I love that their coach is like, oh, we're not going to tell you who we're starting for competitive advantage. I'm like, you have no competitive advantage. You're starting Clayton Tune or Joshua Dobbs. Get out of here.
As much as I love Dobbs, he is not a starter in this league. He lost that chance many years ago.
All right. So, I mean, we're gonna get into our division winners in our playoff bracket here soon. So you'll see what Scotty and I think about that division.
We wildly think a lot alike in the teams that are making the playoffs. Way too much, Chris. But we have different opinions on who wins the divisions as far as and the playoff bracket. Yeah. My playoff bracket is almost a hot take, Chris. My playoff bracket is a hot take in itself when we get there.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
I'm not kidding. It gets a little wild, a little spicy with my, and people here probably aren't gonna like it. You're not gonna like it. Nobody's gonna like it. And that's what I aim for, Chris.
Well, that's why I'm throwing out all the hot takes, because I know people aren't gonna like them. But hey, they're entertaining, so it's gonna be worth it. Just like I think Kyle Pitts is gonna be.
I'll do a hot take.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, sorry. You did you have one with Pitts first? Sorry.
I have one with Pitts real quick.
Yeah. Go ahead.
He's gonna be a breakout tight end 2 behind Kelsey this year. And he's gonna show out. There's a scenario that Desmond Ritter's good. There's a scenario that might happen, right?
I don't hate that hot take. I mean, talent-wise, Kyle Pitts is maybe the most talented tight end in the league. Like, there's no question about the talent. He was taken number 4 overall. So, and yeah, I think Ritter's going to be an upgrade over Mariota last year for Atlanta for sure. So, I don't hate that take, actually. I'm not throwing off my headset and leaving the room.
That's one of my more tame takes. Yeah. But Mariota was awful. He wasn't accurate. They're going to funnel the offense through Pitts in London. They might have one of the more interesting they might have one of the more fun offenses to watch in the NFL. Bijan could be dynamic. Algier, they have some nice fun pieces to watch. I'm in for it. Kyle Pitts, he's going to have a big year.
They're young and talented. All right, here's one, Chris. I don't believe at all, but like I could see like a small. I'm doing one that's kind of like you. Like there's a small window there where like this could happen. You said Russell Wilson could finish top 5 fantasy quarterback in a league. I will say Justin Fields will finish top 5 MVP voting this year.
Ooh, top 5 MVP.
Oh, that's a steaming hot take.
Ew. I mean, that's an interesting one.
People love Justin Fields. Irrational love. Like at this point, it's irrational love, but they love him. But if he can get some blocking, he gets a little help wide receiver with DJ Moore and some pieces. He's a little more accurate, and he has the highlight clips that he had last year running the ball. Because part of the MVP voting is highlights. Like it's not just about stats; it's about it's
the optics.
Highlight clips and the optics and what drives interest.
Okay,
and he drives it. I've never seen a quarterback get the number 1 pick in the draft and everyone's just loves him. Everyone loves him.
Spicy
they were the
take.
worst team in the NFL
Justin
last
Fields
year,
will not be
but
a
everyone
top
loves
5
Justin
QB
Fields
in his division this year.
Well, that's super spicy because there's only 4 teams.
Breaking news.
I know you did that on purpose. Keep close, but that also could be true.
See, Scotty, isn't this?
You'll forget though.
Isn't this fun, Scotty? Just
yeah.
Although you forget, according to Milwaukee's, the big red dog is going to light everything up.
Milwaukee's hot take is Clifford is going to finish as runner-up to Justin Fields for the MVP. There we go, Milwaukee's. Now we're getting spicy.
Outside of you would never pick a bear to win the MVP, but yeah.
See, Scotty, isn't the deep end fun? Isn't it fun? Just throw out.
I got a little wild with that one, Chris.
See, there you go.
Wild with that one.
All right, let's see. What's another one?
But also that plays into Chris. That I would love that in the sense that the whole controversy years ago when Denver passed on Fields, I would love Fields to like
Light it up.
be a top 5 MVP candidate just because of that. Like everyone's like, but we got Patrick Surtain. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't get a top 5 MVP guy.
How many wins is
in
Patrick
Justin
Surtain
Fields.
worth versus a top quarterback? Not as
close.
much. Not as
close.
much. Yeah. All right. Let's
So you
see.
could have had Micah Parsons too.
That's true. No one ever talks about that in Denver, but nothing wrong with the Surtain pick, obviously, but Parsons would have been better.
100%. I mean, if you're asking me to go back and there's a difference there.
Yeah, I mean, Surtain's great.
Right.
So it's not, and no one's picking on that pick, but.
Right. Do you have any more hot takes? Like crazy hot takes? You want to dive in the deep end with Scotty and myself?
Well, y'all think Super Cooper doing great is a hot take, so
It's not, I mean, it's just a terrible take.
Now it's just it's a tired take is what it is.
Yeah, it's run its course.
as long as it pisses you two off, it has not run its course.
I'm unfazed by it. I'm going to ignore it from now on.
I highly doubt that.
I don't even hear the word Super Cooper.
All right, let's get a couple more and then we can go on to our divisions and who we got winning everything, all of our predictions, everything else. Guys, if you're new to the channel, there's a lot of you guys out there viewing right now. So hit that follow button and then let us know the team that you like in the follow and where you're from so we can get to know you a little bit. We're doing Sunday Night Football with you guys. We want to have you representing your team on our stream each and every single time your team plays on Sunday Night Football. So if you guys are a fan of like the Steelers, like Rec is, you know, obviously Recs are mud, but if we have you on, you would be a part with Scotty and myself on Sunday Night Football. We do bingo. We have a great time. And you'll be a fan of the other team going head to head with you. It's a lot of fun. We'll chop it up. We'll talk sports. And then we're going to break down each and every single one of the afternoon games after the game is over. But we have a lot of fun on Sundays. Wednesdays, come back. We have a lot of previews. Each and every single week we'll have a preview for that upcoming slate. So hit that follow button, guys. We need more of you guys to do that tonight. And then join our contests if you haven't already. Contest in the chat. There we go. And there they are. Join.
Super contest, Survivor contest, Pick'em contest.
How much do they cost, Scotty? I forget how much we charge to jump in our contest.
They're free. They're free, Chris.
What?
They're free. All of them are free with the potential to win
Scotty,
some sweet swag.
I thought we were
can
done.
afford to get in.
Scotty, I thought we were done with the hot takes, man. There's no way it's free. That's too hot of a take. Come on, man.
It's true, Chris. It's true. It's true. And maybe to drive up the super contest, because that's too low right now. We need numbers there. So I tell you what, Chris, and I didn't even talk with you about this. The winner of the super contest, all right, along with getting some ActionLab swag, is also going to get a jersey of their choice.
Whoa!
Whatever NFL jersey they want, their team, their player.
Wow!
You tell us the home versus the road. You let us know. You join that super contest pool where you pick against the spread 4 games a week against the spread, whatever 4 games you want. Get in there, sign up, and the winner of that will get a free jersey of their choice delivered to their home. Along with ActionLab swag. Which is really the ActionLab swag's better, obviously, but also like if Rec were to somehow fluke and win, he could have a Super Cooper jersey, Chris, delivered to his house.
This is breaking news.
I don't know if they make Cooper Rush jerseys. We'd have to probably like special order it, but we'd still come through there.
Guys, this is breaking news. Join that contest now. Join our super contest. All you got to do, it's free, and you pick 4 teams against the spread.
After going from up $1,700 all the way back down to only up $53 by EOD yesterday, just on college football, I will be taking an off-season from sports betting until October. $500 on TCU took 41 drinks to get over yesterday, and I am pretty sure I will still be physically recovering tomorrow.
I am sorry. Keep close.
Yeah.
I have actually. So now that my kid's in school or whatever, I've started to make friends with some of the parents, and one of the parents that was an assistant coach on my son's basketball team, he went to TCU. He took his family out to the game this past week, and like I've hung out with him a few times and whatever, but I don't know if I'm at the level where like when he comes back to like give him a hard time about it, or just be like, dude, I'm sorry that
Dude, give him a hard time.
like, yeah, I mean that's kind of my style, right? But he must have been devastated, and his kid who's in first grade is like super competitive and knows football, and must have been devastated. I guarantee his kid was in tears after that game, so that's not fun for anybody. But I've been there. I've had tears a lot of times over my teams in my life. It helps you grow, right?
Everyone's gone through it.
SCG, it's not the pick'em. It's not the pick'em contest. It's the
super contest.
Super contest, which is not tied to ESPN.
It's Office Pool Stop. It's the platform.
And it's basically you get a choice of every game every week. And you got to pick 4 against the spread.
That's it. Just like what we do every week on our stream. So Scotty and I will be doing our bets on stream, our best bets like we do every single week. But we're just making a contest so you guys can play along with us. And then the winner gets
jersey of their choice.
There you go, guys. You have an incentive. Join in. You'll absolutely have a blast with it. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Scotty will make 12 because he hasn't even joined it.
I haven't joined. I'm about to get a jersey for myself.
That's right. That's right. That's a hell of a deal. All right. So there we go.
One more hot take.
You got one? Or do you want?
I guess I don't know if it's much of a hot take or just a statement, but Mac Jones gets a whole lot of shit for things that are not his fault, and it will continue this season.
Who?
Mac Jones.
Oh, Mac Jones. Mac Jones. Okay, got it. So
like he's not great, but people shit on him for things that aren't his fault.
I heard a couple hot takes that Mac Jones is going to like win that division this year. I'm like, no, that can't go. I love
That's not happening.
I love hot takes, but like,
I mean, my hot take with that division, outside of some Miami stuff I had with individuals, is the Jets finish last.
Oh, I like.
I can see that actually. I mean, I agree with that.
I think the Jets are not. When Spees was like the Jets are going to go to the Super Bowl.
Spees has them in the Super Bowl, so I think it's a little bit of a hot take to say they finished last in their division when other people are picking them to go to the Super Bowl.
I think they're going to be the Mets, and they're going to do exactly what the Mets do. They load up with a lot of good names and big-time talent, and it's all going to fall apart like a third of the way into the season or halfway through, and they're going to just be in a shit show afterwards. I think it's just going to be a mess. It's going to be a absolute soap opera for real.
Yeah. And I could see myself being very wrong on that. The Jets might be really good. I don't know. It's one of those like I'll believe it when I see it types of scenarios. Like
yeah, it's one of those things. It's like on paper they should be a contender, but this is the Jets,
right?
Yeah.
Right. And Aaron Rodgers couldn't lead the Packers last year to the playoffs. And the Jets defense, I don't think the Jets defense will be. It's hard to repeat what the Jets defense did last year. I think the Jets defense is going to be good, but I don't think they're going to be as good as they were last season.
And their O-line, I think, might be an issue this year with keeping Aaron Rodgers up. So there's just a few things that I'm just like a little. They're really inflated with all the young talent, like the Garrett Wilsons and, the Sauce Gardners. And there's a lot of fun names and sexy names on that team. But I think that clouds some of the other holes that they have and some of the drama that's going to pop up. So
Hometown Hunter. Jets could do something, but they probably won't. That's fair. I'll stick to I'm going to stick to they won't.
I'm going to stick to that too.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick to they won't.
I guess another hot take: every team in in the AFC East finishes above 500, with the Patriots and Jets being 9-8.
Yeah, I mean that's hard to do. Has that ever happened? I don't. It's definitely never happened.
I remember at the very least, I've seen like 7-9 be last place in the division.
Sure.
I don't know if I've seen 8-8 or 9-8.
Maybe even 8-8, but not 9. Now that we got 17 games, it's never been that.
Yeah.
Who do
I'm trying to think if there's ever been
what
8-8.
division? What division do they play on the NFC side?
The AFC East?
No, NFC East. I think, does everyone play their own division this year? Like AFC East plays NFC East. I know.
Spicy take Broncos will finish with a better record than the Jets, going 9-8.
I don't hate that. I don't hate
AFC.
I don't hate that take. Keep close. I like that. By the way, I could switch the lids up. Got to switch the lids up. Now we're getting into the NFL season, you know?
Yeah, you're going to hype your Broncos now, but then you don't believe in them at all.
Hey.
Apparently he believes in them a lot. He thinks they're going 12-5.
Yes, sir.
No, he doesn't.
No, I don't.
No, he doesn't.
Well, Rec. These are you understand the assignment here on these hot takes. The chance.
I'm sorry. I'm used to believing hot takes, not just saying things for the sake of it.
there's some.
You've had some wild takes with your Steelers.
You've had the Steelers takes.
Yeah, at very least, I'm willing to back it up, and I'm willing to ride with it. I believe what I say.
It's not going to go well because they have the worst odds to win their division in the betting pools.
And I think they're going to do it.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Steelers and Geno take is out of this galaxy.
Yeah.
I think Geno's a fluke.
I don't know. I think Geno with Pete Carroll is going to be just fine. And quite frankly, they're adding the top wide receiver in the draft. I know he might be out early on in the season with JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba, but like, I don't think that team's going to be worse offensively with another year under his belt, adding another weapon that's going to eventually be a part of that, like the best wide receiver in the draft, and they're going to be worse. I just don't. I don't see.
It's just like I just can't see a quarterback who sucked his whole life. Probably because of coaching, but he sucked his whole life. He's on the wrong side of 30. And he finally has a good season, and we want him to replicate it. I think he can replicate that.
Yeah, it's almost like a quarterback that's had a great career his whole life.
It's the complete opposite.
And he leaves said coach and goes to another team and has a shitty season for some reason.
I know where you're going with this.
And looks a lot like, actually worse than Geno ever did.
So if we're talking about Rex mentality of, all right, well, the standard of you're used to seeing 10 years of one thing, 1 year is a fluke, then
he is so high on Russell Wilson this year.
That's what I was about to get to. He's like, Rec, you must love Russ this year, because if it's 10 years of excellence and 1 year of being shit, then wait, we're on the upswing there, buddy. We're on the upswing. So I'm gonna focus on the correlating factor in those two equations. Who is Pete Carroll? All right, I got one more. It's again, I'm jumping off the deep end. Scotty did it a little bit ago. Had some fun with it. I'm doing it here again. It's about your boys, Scotty.
Okay. Are the Chiefs going to lose to the Broncos?
I think a hot take.
That would be a wild hot take, hasn't happened to my three children's lives.
It's not my hot take on that particularly. Pete Carroll's still good in shape for being 71. It's all the gum chewing. The jaw work is what makes that.
He's in great shape. He's in better shape than I am.
Yeah,
for sure. Again, careful, chat.
I mean, you are in the shape at least, just the shape of a potato.
All right, Rack, you can't call me out.
All right, so this.
Hey, I call myself out too. It's okay.
All right. So do I believe in this hot take? No. But do I think that there's something to think about with this hot take? Sure. I think the Chiefs have gotten a little comfortable with we don't care what receivers we have mentality. And I think that's going to bite them in the ass at some point. There's going to be like a hamstring injury to Kelsey. He's getting older. We rave about how Kelsey doesn't miss games. And we rave that he's like the Iron Man. And he's getting older.
Oh, no.
And there's like eventually I'm not saying it's going to happen this year. I'm not wishing anything upon anybody. But you had the time, Scotty, where you're like, congratulations, you won a Super Bowl with Tyreek Hill. But why don't, like, if you're Andy Reid and the Chiefs, why don't you go get a good receiver? Like, just why just be like, oh, we don't need to pay anybody. We can just, Kadarius Toney's gonna stay healthy all season. And I just think don't get comfortable, Scotty. Don't get comfortable in KC.
I think you killed him.
I saved this one for last just for this reason.
I like they call the chat poke the bear, Chris. Keep poking the bear.
I mean,
it's kind of size
none
Chris
of the
Hot take.
things.
Scott's player I don't like will get hurt.
Yeah, that's your hot take. Is like, if your best player gets hurt, then maybe you're not well off. Hot take.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine
But
if?
I also think it's wrong.
But well, can you imagine?
Even with that.
Well, can you imagine if they put like can you imagine if they put like the receivers that were D-Hop? Can you imagine what the Chiefs would be like? It wouldn't even be a question that they're going to win another Super Bowl. No,
Chris, I wanted D-Hop. Remember?
You did.
I thought they would get D-Hop
Guaranteed they would.
through training camp. I was wrong. They don't need D-Hop. This wide receiver core is worlds better than last year's. That won the Super Bowl, by the way. Worlds better.
That's your hot take?
We lost Juju Smith-Schuster, the leading wide receiver. Neat. Good riddance. Enjoy yourself with Mac Jones and New England. This wide receiver core, Chris, we're deep is what we are. We got Kadarius Toney. We got Sky Moore going in his second round pick. He's going to be better. We still have MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. He's going to be solid. We have Justin Ross, who's everyone's favorite player in the world. Would have been a first round pick if he would have stayed healthy at Clemson. Guess what? Now he's healthy, bitches. Good luck.
I smell salt.
I'm forgetting one other guy right now that I shouldn't be.
Rice?
There's one other guy with
Is his last
KC.
name Rice?
Rashi Rice. Yeah, Rashi Rice. Like our second round pick this year. He gets open all the time. He had some drops in preseason, but he's going to be like Jamar Chase, where like he got some drops, you get it out of your system. He didn't have drop issues in college. I'm not worried about it. He gets open all the time. Our wide receiver core, depth-wise, is the best it's ever been in Mahomes' career. We won without Tyreek. We're better. Our wide receiver core is better this year than last year, and it's not close. It's not even close to close.
And what's great about
I don't even know how to do it. I don't even know how to. Your take is so bad. It's so bad. Like it's like, well, the best player on your team, like receiving wise, gets hurt. By the way, Kelsey doesn't get hurt. You're right. So don't worry about it. Kelsey's gonna be fine.
It's like, and the good thing of paying like a bunch of dudes that you just drafted or you just pulled off the street is the fact that it's like you don't have to pay them a lot of money and you can pay other positions that are necessary.
We're not paying any money to the wide receiver.
Yeah, exactly. That's the benefit. Which again, by the way, if you've been on this show and you've heard me talk about the Chiefs about how good they are, like this take is complete trash. But I'm just saying, in the back of your head, like, at what point do you like feel like
Chris,
you're putting all your eggs in one basket? With like
Chris, we won an AFC championship game.
Yeah,
where our quarterback, the greatest player on the planet, no one can dispute that, was on one leg.
Yep.
Okay, playing on one leg. We lost Kadarius Toney that game. We lost Juju Smith-Schuster that game. We didn't have some of these other options that we've now added. Like our best option outside of Kelsey was MVS, and that was it. It was just like literally like practice squad players after that.
And you still were
playing for us.
Yeah.
And we won the fucking game, Chris.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. And like, it's just one of those things where it's like, is that, you could do that? Is that a year in and year out thing where it's like, yeah, we don't need anybody big name. We could just like roll out anybody off the street. We could get Scotty A. Smith in the wide receiver core and win.
Chris, we have big names. Actually, big name. It's Patrick LeVon Mahomes.
True.
We have the only name you need.
Scott, you don't have that one. He retired from baseball a long time ago.
Who?
His dad.
Patrick LeVon Mahomes.
His dad retired from baseball. Is what he's saying.
You don't have Patrick LeVon Mahomes.
Is his dad have the same middle name? I don't think so. No.
Yeah, because he's Patrick LeVon Mahomes II. So that means
is that how that works? When you're like the junior or the second, do you take on the middle name as well? I don't know.
Yes.
I feel like taking on the middle name is weird. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yes, you take on the middle name as well.
All right. Well, that being said, let's get to our picks. Scotty, by the way, I love you.
Yeah.
I saved that one for last because I just needed to see like you do.
I was actually more mad with the Russ one.
Yeah, I was about to say because like you threw your headset away on that one.
Wasn't ready for that.
That was so disgusting, and people should have left the stream at that point.
Now, what do you hate more? His Russell Wilson love or my Kenny Pickett love?
Oh, his Russ is worse at this juncture of his career.
Yeah.
There's more upside with Kenny Pickett, technically.
Yeah, I mean,
he's going to realize his upside.
Kenny Pickett's like 3 or 4 years younger than Russ, so he's got more.
He has a little bit of time.